everyone, welcome to Infinite Reflections Tarot. I'm outside today. I felt called to come to the park on my lunch break, and I don't know why. This is going to sound very strange, and I know my channel's small right now. It's not getting a lot of viewers, so this may be a very specific message for a particular viewer. But I'm feeling that the energy, I'm going to say the energy because I don't feel special enough to say anything other than that. Jesus wants to come through for you today. So I'm just going to shuffle the deck and ask for jumper cards and see what the message will be for you. I am claiming this as a timeless reading. So whenever you come across this message, just know that it's for you, a very special, unique message for whoever this reading was meant for. So thank you for being led to this video. Thank you for taking the time to listen. I'm getting a feeling that sometimes it can be hard to listen. There might be a sense of pride built up right now with you, and that's why Jesus is wanting to reach out and speak with you. He just wants you to know that you're very special, very loved. Okay, let's see. We got a lot of cards here. Okay, first two cards, we have the Moon in reverse and the Chariot. Yeah, I'm feeling like there's a big wall built up, an emotional wall built up that you're trying to escape from right now. And I just want to say I'm so sorry. You're at a state right now where you feel absolutely ready to just leave this situation. I'm sensing a lot of anger and a lot of tension towards those around you for what they've done to you. They've hurt you, and you haven't yet dealt with that grief. You feel like they're lying to you, and you're just ready to leave. And the message I'm getting here is, and we'll get more in depth as I pull more cards, but grieving and healing is very, very important before making any decisions to move forward. It's very hard to see clearly where you need to go next if you haven't yet grieved and allowed yourself to get in touch with your emotions, the emotions of the situation. And I hear you saying, well, believe me, I'm in touch with my emotions. Like, I'm feeling a lot right now. Okay, well, anger is different than grief. That force that you're having to push this situation away from you, those angry emotions or intense emotions that are around you, that's different than grieving. There's a sense that you need to go within a little bit, that maybe you need to cry a bit more. Maybe you need to forgive before walking away. Oh yeah, I'm so sorry. Okay, this is Nine of Swords in reverse. Again, it's a lot of anxiety, anxiousness, just a complete overwhelm in your mind and your thoughts. And again, just know that Jesus is the one that called me to do this reading, and he's communicating through me to you. And he just wants you to know that even though right now you don't feel very loved at all, that he sees this, okay? He sees this and he loves you, and he is bringing forth this message for you. I'm sensing it's either codependency going on with your family, where they've put way too much pressure on you in certain areas of your life, maybe for things that they should have been taking responsibility for. It's like they stuck that onto you, and that's where a lot of this resentment and this overwhelm has started, and you're just really wanting to move away from that. And then at the same time, I'm feeling or seeing them coming back at you like, well, how dare you do this to me? How dare you do this to me? And inside you're like, stop throwing this guilt at me. This was stuff that you should have been doing this whole time. This should have never been on me, okay? And I think you're right. Unfortunately, the message I'm hearing is that this family member or family members of yours that are feeling this way, it's like they don't have the capacity to truly understand. It's not that they understand it like you do and are choosing to do what's wrong anyway. it's like it's like they really don't get it. I'm not feeling like I mean, we'll see as we go more into the cards, but I'm not feeling that they're ill-intentioned towards you. It's more like they are just completely clueless. I'm seeing that they had a lot of pain and heartache in their own childhood and their own past that kind of damaged them in some way. And where your damage and pain has made you stronger, which is what the Chariot is all about. This guy's been through a lot, and with each trial, he just got wiser and stronger. This family member of yours, they weren't capable of having that same experience as you, where they were able to build upon their trials and become stronger and wiser with each thing that they went through. And I'm also hearing right now that you think you know what they went through as a child, but there's a lot that this family member has kept secret from others and even from themselves in a certain sense. They've been through a lot worse than you even realize. And Jesus just wants you to know that. Yeah, I'm seeing that you're... Okay, so what I'm feeling now with this, so now we've got the 6 of rods. I'm feeling now that, like, it's almost like you, especially being the Chariot, you've, like, risen up above, you know, whatever type of family you were born into. I'm feeling like you, if you aren't wealthier than them already, it's coming quickly. You're getting smarter, more intelligent. People recognize you and like you, and I'm sensing like a bit of almost jealousy or resentment from this family member because they couldn't have it that way. And how dare you go off and live your life and get your rewards without, you know, giving something to me. You know, I'm sensing a lot of this, but let me pull over a few more cards. Okay, so we've got 3 of rods and 2 of cups. I'm so sorry. I'm seeing that, like, you have always wanted, the reason why you're so anguished with all of this is because you've always only wanted this relationship with this family member to be good. It's what you've longed for. And you do feel why it's like you've outgrown them. Not that you've outgrown them, but let's say that this is a parent. It's like you are literally in a place now in your life where you feel like you're taking on more of the parenting role than they have. You know, it's like you've got the upper hand in some sense, and they're just spewing all this negativity towards you. But yeah, I see that this is all you've ever wanted, was this relationship to be loving and right like it should be, and it's causing you a lot of pain. Okay, so we've got 6 of cups. So this is definitely suggesting that this event that you're going through is connected to childhood. It's been going on for years. This goes back years, this relationship. And you're feeling very burdened. And I do think that you've only just recently started to say, you know, that's why this is in reverse. It's like, you know what? I'm no longer going to carry these burdens. This is not my responsibility. It's like you've had this aha moment in your life where you're like, wait, this is not how it's supposed to work. No, I'm not doing this. And that's where all this anger and resentment is coming from on the other end, because the relationship's never been like this before. You've always allowed yourself to be in this unhealthily codependent sort of state with this person, to sort of allow them to depend on you for things, and you're walking away from it now. I do see that we've got 7 of rods here, or wands. I do see that you're fighting through a lot right now, and you're on your own fighting through all of this. It's like you're making all this progress on your own without, it's like there's no one you can turn around and thank for any of this. You know, some people, they grow up and get to a certain place in their life where they can look back and say, like, oh my gosh, if it weren't for my mom or weren't for my dad, there's no way I could have gotten through these trials and tribulations. With you, I'm sensing it's more like, no, I did all of this on my own. I didn't have anyone to lean on all this time. You are capable. This person is completely capable and will get through everything that comes their way. They're strong. But I am sensing a sadness and a resentment from your end that you didn't have anyone you could rely on in this process. How much easier would these, you know, rods have been to break through if you had a couple other teammates along the ride with you and you didn't have that? I'm seeing that you're pushing through, trying to find out what is my destiny, what's meant for me, what is right in this situation, because I'm seeing that you're feeling torn. It's like you have this strong, deep sense that you're right in this, that your family member is the one that is wrong. But there's something in you, this sense of guilt in you, probably because of the years of codependency that this relationship has had, that it's making you question, well, is this right? Am I feeling the right way? Okay. And what this card confirms is that, first of all, Jesus wants you to know that he is speaking to you. The little inklings that you get, those thoughts that come into your mind, they are from him. And I am seeing that you are pushing towards your spirit. You're guided by your spirituality. You're guided by your intuition. You are headed in the right direction, okay? You may be, with Cancer, I feel like this represents you and the Six of Cups. You as in your childhood. These are water energies. And Two of Cups is also a water energy. So you may be a Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio, and your sun, moon, or rising ascendant sign may be the moon is also another water card. So yeah, you're definitely a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. I'm leaning more towards Cancer, but it could be Scorpio or Pisces. And I'm feeling like this family member of yours, maybe an earth sign. High Priestess is also a Cancer card. So Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces for sure. Is there any other advice that we can give, Jesus, to this individual about how to handle this situation with this family member? Any other details I can gather and convey to them about this situation? Okay. Okay, we've got Ace of Swords here. This is about a newfound clarity, okay? All of this going on here, it's not going to last forever, is what Jesus wants you to know. This is not permanent. He is going to come in and give your mind a sense of healing, a newfound clarity, a new sort of aha, a clearing, like, oh, I can finally breathe, like I understand it, I get it, okay, I'm okay to move forward, I'm okay to go with what my gut is telling me, okay? Let's see what else I can get here. And your family member may have this sense of clarity as well, where they all of a sudden, maybe they're going to drop their own pridefulness and say something to you, make some apologies to you. Yeah, then we've got the Page of Swords here. So that's someone going out to seek their clarity. They're confronting someone. They're giving someone a message. So you know what? You may be having all these feelings inside, and you may be acting passive-aggressively. Cancer's known for that, where they go ahead and do what they want to do, but they don't truly open up about why they're acting the way that they're acting, okay? Maybe they're aggressive with it. Maybe there's fighting, but is there anything, are you truly telling them all these things that you think about this situation back since childhood? Are you allowing them to truly understand, look, this is why this isn't right. This is how I feel. You've got to go through that grieving. You've got to get into your emotions and bring that clarity to this other person in the relationship. Confront them. Lay it all out. Be honest. Let down your guard here. Okay, 1 second before I get to these two cards. So we've got Seven of Swords and Five of Swords in reverse. This is about people feeling taken advantage of, or maybe only thinking about themselves in the situation. I don't know if this would be you or the other person involved, or maybe a little bit of both, okay? But there's definitely a one-sided thought process going on that's not allowing the two of you to really come together, okay? Five of Swords is all about a loss. It's a loss. It's a lose-lose situation. No one wins with Seven of Swords and Five of Swords, okay? If they do win, they win with a sense of guilt behind it, of a sense of like, God, was that really my only option, A lot of times they feel like it's their only option, but it's like, it's not the ideal, They would have rather a situation where both parties could have won in some way, but it just feels like, no, there could only be one winner and one loser. This was upright. There is, so this is in reverse. This is the Four of Rods. It represents a union. A lot of times it represents marriage and just family coming together in general. With this in reverse, I do see this being like the foundation has been ripped out from underneath you. This union, yeah, it's definitely going in a new direction. I think you're heading towards your own Ten of Pentacles. Okay? This is about family inheritance, what you inherit from your family. I'm also being told right now that you want to make sure that you don't let these cycles repeat going forward. Okay? This codependency, this negative sort of codependent relationship that you had with this person in your life, it's very likely that this has played out in other areas of your life as well that you haven't yet noticed. In work relationships, how do you treat your boss? How does your boss treat you? In romantic relationships, if this isn't a romantic, I don't feel like it's romantic, but in romantic relationships, you know, how does your significant other treat you? How do you treat them? Is there a codependency there? Don't allow your past to continue, the negative aspects of your past to continue throwing you into repetitive cycles in the future. That's something you need to look at, and I'm being told that the only way to prevent this cycle, you know, is to do this. You need to fully get in touch with your emotions and grieve. There needs to be prayer, okay? This prayer is going to provide you a newfound sense of clarity about the situation. When I see this card, I'm just getting a feeling of like being able to finally breathe in deeply and exhale. I don't feel like you've been able to do that for a long time, okay? We got the Three of Pentacles here right on top of the Five of Pentacles in reverse and the Six of Rods. Yeah, I feel like you're really, really working towards your own career, your own goals. You want to collaborate with the right people in your life and leave this situation behind. Jesus, how will this situation turn out between them and this family member? I'm seeing that the foundations are crumbling, but I'm also seeing that this person has always only wanted a deep and loving relationship with this individual. What advice can we give them? What direction could they take? What should they expect? What shouldn't they expect? Sorry, I'm getting big chunks of cards out here. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. So we've got the Ten of Swords, which is about a need to accept an ending, okay? There was a video I watched not too long ago that talked about how the destroyer of all happiness is expectations. We have to live our lives without expectations of others, and that's how we're happy. We can only expect things from ourselves. Okay? So this ending needs to happen. You need to allow it to happen. You need to heal. Maybe spend some time apart, and yes, work on your own things. There also needs to be an understanding on your part towards this other person that the life that they had did not set them up for the capability to be the person that they were supposed to be for you, and Jesus knows that, and he sees that, and he hurts for you, and he loves you. That's not how it was meant to be, okay? But then we've got to go back to, okay, who was the significant person in that person's life that damaged them? And you know, it goes back generations, and you're the first person that's really, like, you've really stepped up. Like, Jesus is so proud of you. You've taken all of these trials and just grown stronger, but he wants you to get in touch with your emotions and to really allow yourself to heal and let this end. And the best way to let it end and to not be burdened with this Nine of Swords, is to release the expectations. Stop holding your breath for that expectation that they're going to change, that they're going to be something different. Stop confronting them with that, okay? Be honest with them, yes, but just let go of the expectations. Do what's right for you, okay? Nine of Cups is about emotional fulfillment. It's also called a wish card, okay? So I'm feeling like an aspect to this being a wish card for you. It's going to be, the wish that will be fulfilled for you is that you're no longer going to be burdened by this, okay? You're going to be seeking out situations and people that provide emotional fulfillment to you. I keep hearing Jesus say, this wasn't your fault. This isn't your fault, okay? You're being held back. A lot of this is you being held back by guilt, that somehow some of this is your responsibility. Or, and I feel like this other person's even throwing that at you. You need to know this isn't your fault. This isn't your responsibility, okay? This other person has to take care of their own healing. They can't be throwing it onto you. And it is time for you to let go of the expectations and to move on, okay? So I hope that gave, whoever this message was meant for, I really hope that gave you some clarity. I have never done a reading like that where Jesus wanted to come through, but I just felt it very strongly. And I will pray for you also. I'm going to pray for you also. And just keep you in my prayers. And please just pray yourself as well, okay? I'm so sorry. This situation is ending. Ten of Swords, that's the end, okay? You just got to allow it to happen. Allow the ending to happen. You've got so many amazing things coming for you in the future. And it's like, wow, you have really been through a lot and you've overcome so much. Like, you are such a powerful, powerful person. And Jesus just wants you to know that, okay? That he loves you and that this other person loves you too, okay? And that might sound weird to hear. They do love you. They just aren't capable of fully expressing and knowing love in the way that they were meant to because of the own damage that they've gone through in their life. I hope this message was healing in some way. Please comment below if anything resonated, or you know what? Comment below if there's anything else you need me to clarify about this situation, anything you need me to expand upon. I would be more than happy to do that for you, okay? I am here.